Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. A single white rose. A small photograph held gently against the wind. Footsteps that choose darkness over headlines. If a quiet visit truly happened, it wasn't a spectacle. It was a conversation between memory and the living. Tonight on Update X24H, we return to a love story that did not end. It simply changed form. In a world that chases noise, this moment invites us to slow down, breathe, and ask a tender question. How do we keep someone alive without exploiting their absence? White roses have long stood for purity, respect, and farewell, a language of flowers understood across cultures, especially in moments of grief. When placed with care, they say what we cannot. Thank you, rest well, we remember. That is where our story begins, not with a camera's flash, but with a candle's glow. For years, audiences felt a real warmth between two people whose on-screen tenderness resonated off-screen too. Then came a day none of us were ready for, and an ordinary world suddenly felt smaller. Since then, the images that endure are not dramatic, they are gentle. A soft smile, a carefully folded note, a salute to dignity rather than drama. In such moments, many viewers feel what psychologists call parasocial connection. A one-sided yet meaningful bond that explains why public losses can sting like private ones. It isn't delusion. It's a normal media age response that can even help communities process grief together, when handled with care. That is why a rumored late-night visit resonates. It offers grief without performance, devotion without noise, and reminds us we may care deeply while remaining respectful. Our stance tonight is simple. No prying, no claims on private life. Only the human truth that tenderness outlives time. Symbols carry across borders where words struggle. A white rose speaks of reverence and peace at farewells, a simple act that calms the room and steadies the heart. Light blue, so often associated with calm and stability, quietens the eye like a cloudless morning. Even research and color psychology writing note blue's reliable, tranquil pull. And then there is the small photograph, not for the camera but for the soul. A private anchor in a public place. Around the wider region, people fold paper cranes for healing and hope. In Japan, strings of 1,000 cranes, Sembazuru, have become a prayer for recovery and peace since the story of Sadako Sasaki carried that symbol into the world's conscience. These objects, a rose, a color, a folded wing, a cherished photo, remind us that love is fluent in many languages. The message is the same. Be gentle, go softly, remember well. We needn't retell only the past, we can grow it. Imagine a yearly blue ribbon of kindness. One day when fans quietly perform a good deed. A call to an elderly relative, a donated meal, a handwritten thank you, and leave a single blue ribbon where someone will find it. Consider a small arts bursary seeded by micro-donations, rewarding young creators who value humility and craft. Picture a digital time capsule that accepts one memory and one promise per person. On each anniversary, it reopens and gently emails our younger selves, asking whether we kept our word. In cities from Seoul to Sydney, a coordinated forest of light tree planting could become a living memorial that grows with us. These rituals mirror what bereavement scholars call continuing bonds, healthy ways the living carry love forward, integrating loss into a meaningful life over time. We honor best not by clinging to pain, but by letting love become service. The artist's lens. Fame is loud. Love needn't be. The deepest tributes are often the quietest, because grief deserves room to breathe. The audience's lens. Parasocial closeness brings comfort and responsibility. We can care without crossing lines. In practice, that means resisting invasive imagery, avoiding reckless claims, and holding to a standard of empathy first. The cultural lens. Rituals differ. Candles in the West, paper cranes in Japan, white flowers in many places. Yet the heart's intention is shared, to honor without taking. The platform lens. Advertiser safe doesn't mean sterile. It means careful language that uplifts rather than inflames, images that console rather than exploit. Research on color and mood even suggests measured blues can ease the viewing experience for older audiences, who often prefer steadiness to spectacle. Across all lenses, one principle prevails: choose compassion over clicks. If a private visit truly happened, our best echo is to match it with restraint, editing as if the grieving could be watching with us. Grief is not a performance. It's the daily craft of carrying love forward. Many who mourn find that the relationship doesn't end. It changes. Scholars call this a continuing bond. Speaking to someone who is gone, treasuring objects, visiting a place that holds their echo. Far from unhealthy, this can be a resilient way to rebuild meaning, provided we also keep living, working, learning, being kind. That is why a late-night candle or a solitary flower can feel braver than 1,000 posts. In a digital age that rewards volume, choosing silence is a kind of courage. For storytellers like us, courage means thoughtful pacing, empathetic narration, and a refusal to sensationalize. Our edits can be soft. Our words can be warm. And our audience, many aged 35 to 75, deserve a tone that treats them as neighbors, not targets. This is how memory heals. Slowly, gently, together. Imagine a letter addressed to the person you still carry. Thank you for the scenes that made us softer. I will keep walking, carrying your smile with me. Letters like that don't need envelopes. They need practice. Perhaps yours becomes a weekly phone call to someone alone, a promise to learn a song you both loved, or a donation to a student who reminds you of the kindness you admired. In communities worldwide, small rituals travel well. A white flower on a windowsill, a folded crane on a bookshelf, a light blue ribbon in a diary for the day you do something gentle in somebody's name. These are not grand gestures, they are steady ones. And steadiness is how love survives the weather of life. If you write that letter tonight, even silently, you may find your step a little lighter in the morning. That is remembrance at work. Grief turning into grace. In the end, memory is a daily choice. A rose laid carefully, a ribbon tied quietly, a promise kept. Cameras arrive and go. Gentle people remain. If a passerby truly caught a quiet visit, what should remain isn't the clip but the courtesy. The understanding that love is allowed to be private and still change the world. Around us, symbols still speak. White flowers for reverence, blue for calm, paper wings for hope. They don't demand our applause. They ask for our kindness. So let tonight be a soft vow. Wherever you are, New York, Seoul, Tokyo, Bangkok, Singapore, Manila, Sydney, Paris, Toronto, Jakarta, or anywhere in Europe, light one small candle in how you treat someone tomorrow. That is the truest memorial and the kind of story worth telling. Thank you for choosing gentleness with us. If this story touched you, please subscribe to Update X24H, tap the bell, and leave a candle or a kind word below. Your support helps us keep telling human, respectful stories.